What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crypto Sherpa channel, where I'm reading you those cryptocurrency news articles so you don't have to. And yes, it's not over yet for Bitcoin. The market is seeing green today. I think even where is Bitcoin in the sea of bubbles? Here you are. It's up 2% right now in the last 24 hours, and we are 90,000, guys. We are back at 90,000. Woo! Let's go. BlackRock CEO was like, "Hey guys, buy the dip," because I know a lot of people out there are going to be like, still think like me, may have another correction down to 70,000, 75,000. Who knows in this market where this can go? Now, all I know is Bitcoin's still going to go up, but that is some good advice though. Buy the dips when you get the chance to. But yeah, this is going to be really a Bitcoin news article video. I didn't pull up any other articles pertaining to any other cryptocurrency, but let's talk about Bitcoin. What's going on? What's happening? So yes, this is the new time. I cannot do the 8 o'clock show here on the East Coast. Like usually once 8 o'clock hits, like I'm crashed out. It's like, oh, I want to just relax. But no, so new time, probably sometime during the day around, yeah, maybe around like 4 or 5 o'clock. So yeah, so that's going to be the new Sherpa show time. So yeah, let's get through our news articles and let's go on. Let's learn about Bitcoin. So yes, the first article we got is Bitcoin soars back to 88,000, which is at 90,000, after BlackRock CEO says buy the dip. So yeah, BlackRock also said that there isn't enough room for every US millionaire to accumulate one Bitcoin. And that is true. There is not. There's only 21 million Bitcoin. That's it. No more can ever be made after that. Like, sure, you can. It's code, but no one is going to actually approve that because that's just going to lose the money. But there's only 21 million Bitcoin. That's it. And right now, like we have the crypto summit happening this Friday in the U.S. So we're see what's going on. If they actually implement no taxation on cryptos, then game over. So again, it's true. Not every U.S. millionaire can hold one full Bitcoin. So yes, so let's go through this article to hear a little bit more about what is this, Larry Fink has to say? I think that is. But amid several days of massive Bitcoin volatility, the asset soared back above $88,000 on Tuesday after BlackRock CEO Larry Fink allegedly told investors to buy any short-term dips, as he expected in an economic rally for later this year. So yeah, Bitcoin traded for 82,300 on Tuesday. That was after we heard the Trump spike when he said okay, we're gonna add XRP, Solana, Cardano to the reserve, and then that just pumped everything. Bitcoin went from 82,000 all the way up to or even 79, but it went all the way up to 95,000. For a brief moment, I knew it was kind of a buy the news, but once these guys really do start holding and stockpiling these cryptos, that's the real game changer. But per a report from Seeking Alpha published at noon, Fink said that the world is fine despite US tariffs that are spooking markets. It's not as bad as it was in the 60s in the United States, he said, at the RBC Capital Markets Global Financial Institution Conference, claiming that investors should buy if there's a big dip. People are pausing, consumers are pausing, businesses are pausing. 2 to 3 years out, Fink predicted that technology, especially AI, will prove very deflationary. I believe we're getting set up for a big economic boom, he added, and trends are going to be net positive in the long run for the United States. Fink's statements followed a recent report from BlackRock highlighting Bitcoin's inelastic supply and how if every millionaire in the US asked their financial advisor to get them one Bitcoin, there wouldn't be enough. BT has oscillated between 80,000 and 93,000 for the past 3 days, with much volatility triggered after President Trump confirmed that he plans for a multi-asset crypto strategic reserve, including BTC, ETH, Solana, ADA, and XRP. So yeah, so that was definitely a volatile trigger that happened, like I said. But no, he says it, buy the dip if you can. So if we see a big correction, I know I'm buying it. That's for sure. Heck, I'm getting paid in it. That's how much I love Bitcoin. I don't want to get paid in cash, which is a depreciating it's not even an asset. It's just all I know is it's depreciating. It always takes more later on in the future of it to buy something that I bought 10 years ago. So yeah, I'm just stacking Bitcoin as much as I can. So let's go on. Let's continue on with the news. What else is going on? Yes, I know everyone heard about the Trump. He didn't tweet, he truthed on his TruthSocial platform that the reserve will hold more coins. But Trump's crypto reserve plan has been facing a Congress vote and may limit the rally. So this was last Sunday's news article, so definitely when we had that huge spike. But the crypto market surged after Trump's reserve announcement, but analysis warned the rally may be temporary as regulators remain. And yep, they were correct. We had that U.S. President Donald Trump's announcement of a potential strategic crypto reserve, but analysis cautioned that the rally may be short-lived. On March 2nd, Trump said his working group on digital assets had been directed to include 3 altcoins: XRP, Solana, and Cardano's ADA token in the U.S. crypto reserve. Cointelegraph reported the reserve will obviously also include Bitcoin and Ethereum, and Trump also added in another post on TruthSocial. The announcement triggered a market-wide rebound, with global crypto market cap rising nearly 7% to $3.04 trillion, while Bitcoin breached the $95,000 psychological mark after a 7.7% intraday rally. Now, here is those TruthSocial posts that he did. He was like, a U.S. crypto reserve will elevate it, and he said also that it's going to include XRP Sol. And then he had to do it like just a little bit later on, like an hour later. BTC and Ether also, and other valuable cryptocurrencies will be added. So they still will be added, BTC and Ether. And he said other valuable crypto assets. So it's not just limited to these 5 cryptocurrencies out there. These are the ones that really did the pump, but there's still multiple other good coins out there that can be added to the reserve. I'm thinking just eventually a Litecoin will be on there for sure, and then a couple others as well. But still, the rally may be temporary right now due to the lengthy approval process required to establish a U.S. crypto reserve, according to Arielle Barthier, principal of research analysis at blockchain analytics firm Nansen, said, "I think constituting a reserve by buying new tokens is a complex process that will need Congress vote, so it will take time. It would be a bit wary of sustainability of today's move." So again, like we saw already what happened. Like, yeah, the price went back down, but we're back up after Larry Fink said it. And again, the run's not over. It's only beginning of March. Like, this is kind of like when it usually starts too, if you look at the previous cycles. But again, I'm not even following previous cycles anymore too, because we're on a whole new game field now. So yeah, but some analysts expect an imminent market bottom after Bitcoin's active address reached a near 3-month high on February 28th, signaling that the market is at a crucial turning point that may signal a capitalization moment, according to crypto intelligence platform Into the Block. Now, analysts do warn of short-term volatility. ADA, Sol, XRP have outperformed the markets on Trump's announcement of their inclusion in the U.S. Strategic Reserve. As we see here, from this is where it was before the announcement, and then boom, Sol had the least price XRP, but ADA, that one had like a 50% gain, so that was crazy. But still, the crypto market's upside may be limited and invite significant volatility in the short term, according to Nikolai Sondergaard, research analysis at Nansen. The analyst told Cointelegraph that, as Arielle mentions, it's likely will not be that easy, and I expect volatility until then. If these coins tokens today, especially since ADA nearly touched $1.17 and now is sitting back at 94 cents. But regardless of how long these gains will last, it is momentarily positive for the market. But the question for the future will be if any of it will come to fruition. If not, it will likely be negative news points for crypto, he added. Now, still, crypto investors continue to look forward to other industry-specific developments as potential catalysts, including the first White House Crypto Summit, which is set to be hosted by Trump on March 7th. While there are no additional details about the summit's agenda, stablecoin regulation and legislation related to the strategic crypto reserve have been at the forefront of regular discussions in the U.S. So yeah, there hasn't been talk about like the summit, what's going to take place there when this article was written. That was again on Sunday, but as of yesterday, we do have an article on what to expect at Donald Trump's crypto summit. We got Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse and strategy executive chair Michael Saylor said they had received invitations to the event. So we know those two people are going to be heading to the White House for this discussion, but who else? Let's see if this article goes through a little bit more and who's going to be attending this event and what they're going to be talking about. So since U.S. President Donald Trump's AI and crypto czar David Sacks announced plans for the White House to host a summit featuring industry leaders and policymakers, many are questioning what the focus of the event will be. On March 7th, according to Sacks' prominent founders, CEO, and investors from the crypto industry, they will meet with members of Trump's working group on digital assets at the White House, presumably to discuss policy issues related to crypto and blockchain and potential regulatory frameworks. Now, the announcement preceded the U.S. president's intention to include XRP, Solana, and Cardano in a crypto strategic stockpile being explored by the working group. Now, among the individuals confirmed to be attending the White House event with Trump are Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, Paradigm co-founder Matt Huang, strategy executive chairman Michael Saylor, man. We also have Chainlink co-founder Sergey Nazarov, and Exodus CEO JP Richardson. And then Sachs and Working Group Executive Directors B and A.O. Hines. So, nice lineup there. I like the Exodus CEO going in there. That's a wall we do like to promote here at the Crypto Club because we do know those guys behind it. So, nice. Now, Garland House has supported Trump's presidential campaign personally and helped pro-crypto lawmakers through Ripple's donations to the Political Action Committee Fairshake, leading some to speculate the other donors, including Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong, Gemini co-founders Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, and Kraken co-founder Jesse Powell, might also attend the summit. So we'll see if they do show up there. But here's Michael Saylor tweeting about, I've been invited to the Digital Assets Summit at the White House this Friday, hosted by the president. So he's just announcing it, letting everyone know. So pretty exciting. But since taking office in January, Trump and Republican lawmakers have proposed establishing a strategic crypto reserve, banning central bank digital currencies, and studying a comprehensive digital asset regulation framework. Now, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission under Trump has also dropped investigations and enforcement actions against many firms involving digital assets. And that's true. Like this past year, we got so many news articles talking about the SEC throwing Wells notices everywhere. We had Uniswap, I think Coinbase got one, Robinhood, a couple other exchanges and platforms. They all got it, but I saw all these news articles pop up, but yeah, they dropped every single one of them, no actions at all. So that was kind of a win there. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. Now let's see. The article continues, so it's going to be going over now. Let's see what the summit's going to talk about: crypto policies, EOs, and laws under Trump. So some Republican lawmakers in the 119th session of Congress have already moved forward on crypto-related legislative priorities by proposing competing stablecoin bills. However, some Democratic lawmakers have used hearings to criticize Trump for launching his own controversial meme coin in January, prior to taking office. Now, a project whose team continues to earn millions of dollars from trading fees. Though many leaders in the crypto industry have testified during congressional hearings that the summit appears to be the first large gathering of digital asset executives at the White House. The former FTXO CEO Sam Bankman-Fried reportedly met with officials in the Biden administration back in 2022. But at the time of publication, there was no additional new details available regarding the crypto summit's agenda. Cointelegraph reached out to the White House and Hines for comment, but did not receive a response at the time of this publication. So at least we know like a couple of people who are going to be showing up to the event and then what they could be potentially talking about. So again, fingers crossed they can really get by the no taxation on these cryptos, and that would be the hugest game changer out there, because you can do trades, you can purchase it, you can do whatever you want with your Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and it's like no tax, don't got to worry about that with the IRS. Oh, that is done. But yeah, so that's what's going on this Friday. What else is going on in the Bitcoin space? Looks like we have a billionaire, Ricardo Salinas, Mexican billionaire. At least 70% of his asset portfolio is in Bitcoin, which is crazy. So let's hear about his strategy and why he's doing this. So here we go. Yes, Mexican billionaire Ricardo Salinas allocates 70% of his portfolio to Bitcoin. So Mexican billionaire Salinas has disclosed that the 70% of his investment portfolio is allocated to Bitcoin and other related assets. The remaining 30% is invested in gold and shares of gold mining companies, according to Salinas' interview with Bloomberg. Now, Salinas, who serves as chairman of Grupo Salinas, a conglomerate with interests spanning telecommunications, media, financial services, and retail, emphasized his preference for these hardest assets during the interview. Now, Salinas' investment strategy is notably unconventional, as he eschews traditional assets like bonds and external company stocks. He stated that I don't have a single bond and I don't have any other stocks except my own. Now, this approach underscores his commitment to assets he perceives as more robust and reliable. Now, let's talk about Salinas' love of Bitcoin. Now, a long-standing advocate for Bitcoin, Salinas has significantly increased his exposure to the cryptocurrency over the years. In 2020, he revealed that 10% of his liquid portfolio was invested in Bitcoin, a figure that has since risen to 70%. Now, beyond his personal investments, Salinas has actively promoted Bitcoin and the concept of decentralized finance on social media platforms, where he has amassed a following of over 2 million on X. Now, his advocacy extends to his business ventures. 4 years ago, he announced plans to make Banco Azteca part of Grupo Salinas, the first bank in Mexico to accept Bitcoin. Salinas' investment philosophy aligns with his broader economic views, particularly his skepticism toward fiat currencies and traditional financial systems. Now, by focusing on Bitcoin and gold, he seeks to hedge against potential currency devaluation and economic instability. His strategy reflects a belief in the enduring value of scarce assets that are not subject to centralized control, which is why we love Bitcoin. It's not control. Like a lot of people are out there are like I've seen this on a lot of TikToks, Instagram short videos. It's like, oh guys, in crypto, you didn't want to be a part of the government, so that's why we have crypto. But now government's in crypto, and yeah, we're cheering. Well, yeah, it's great they can use it, but they still can't control it, especially with Bitcoin. Again, like I said, there's only 20 million. It's because they're going to be holding on to it. They're just making it more valuable, but they can never create more of it. So that's the beauty of it. So that's why there's no centralized control. It's decentralized. The people run it and keep it nice. So awesome. But yeah, this guy's a baller. 70%. That's crazy. It's kind of like my portfolio, right? Because I just live off Bitcoin. But yeah, so that's some cool news right there. Now let's move on to some MetaMask news, how they're going to make support for Bitcoin as well as Sol DeFi and eventually probably end gas fees. And if they do that everyone's going to want to be using the MetaMask wallet. But yeah, MetaMask will expand from its Ethereum virtual machine chains for the first time in May, when it will add support for Solana, and while Bitcoin will also be integrated into a third quarter. So first up will be Solana, so very nice. So crypto self-custody wallet MetaMask is set to expand support to the Bitcoin and Solana networks and eventually remove gas fees as part of a roadmap update for this year. Now, the Bitcoin network will integrate sometime in the third quarter, while Solana will become the first non-Ethereum virtual machine chain that MetaMask supports in May. MetaMask Dan Finley said in February 27th post, gas includes swaps, allowing users to swap two tokens, and by paying with the token they're swapping, will soon be upgraded to allow users to pay in any token they hold. Now, MetaMask added it eventually hopes to eliminate gas for users completely. Long term, we believe we can eliminate gas as user-facing concern in nearly all interactions. We get that. Now, MetaMask is also rolling out a new home screen that will show all of its assets across many chains rather than having to navigate through just each one individually. Like that was kind of annoying with MetaMask because like you may have some on BNB chain, you may have some on Base Network, maybe Polygon. You gotta switch the chains out there. But now, this is looking pretty nice. Here's a little photo of it because now you can see the different networks in their portfolio. So you can clearly see Ethereum's on the Ethereum network. This was from the Polygon. So no longer do we have to like hit that top left-hand corner, switch the network to see what coins we got. So very cool, MetaMask. I like what you're doing. Now, users don't want to think about another game mechanic every time they make an action, so MetaMask explained and why it's looking to offer a more simple, easy-to-use wallet. Now, expanding on MetaMask's transition to smart transactions, the wallet provider will also implement ERC 5792, known as a batch transactions, where users can perform common sequences of transactions like approve and swap in one click, saving them time and fees. Now, MetaMask will also move from externally owned accounts to smart contract-based accounts. This will allow new, powerful uses of user assets while simultaneously improving security. Now, the firm will also add features where multiple secret recovery phrases can be managed from one wallet. Now that's actually really cool right there because I wish Exodus Wallet would have that feature. Like, sure, you can have different portfolios on the same seed phrase, but if I can have like different seed phrases on the same app, I would have loved that. So this is actually pretty cool, MetaMask. Also, MetaMask's new development received praise from ex-users Faro.eth, who noted that MetaMask has likely bled considerable market shares from competitor wallets like Phantom and Ravi lately. Both crypto wallets support Solana, where many of the top performing tokens from the 2024 meme craze were traded. Now, MetaMask also unveils its own crypto card and its new logo. The company also launched MetaMask Card. It aimed at bringing crypto into the real world. Leveraging MasterCard payment network, MetaMask Card connects your self-custody wallet with millions of vendors around the world, the company explained. Now, the MetaMask Card is already eligible in certain countries, also showcase the company's new logo. So is this that logo? I wouldn't mind having that wallet in my back pocket, but yeah, I got tons of crypto cards out there. Fold, if you don't have it, sign up for Fold because that's also a great one. But no, that's a pretty nice little logo there. Again, it's always good having options out there. We have a couple cards. But yeah, so that's everything new going on with MetaMask, though. A new logo with their payment card, potentially no gas fees in a future roadmap. They're adding Solana, Bitcoin, and just a bunch of other cool, awesome features out there. So way to go. Now, let's also be safe out there with MetaMask because I did stumble across this article where some wallets are being targeted or scammed, but yes, so no official MetaMask token. Wallet provider warns of scams and scams. Okay, so yeah, so guys, if you see a MetaMask token out there, it's not from the MetaMask guys. It's obviously probably a scam token, or maybe it's just a meme out there, rug pull project, but there is no official token with MetaMask. So whatever they're going to be using this coin for, please don't be deceived by it. But we don't need all types of scams out there. MetaMask is doing great, but again, we always gotta be on high alert with our own security and be sure we're aware of what we're clicking and what we're doing in the crypto space. Now let's move on to our final article, where Bukele in El Salvador keeps buying Bitcoin despite the IMF wanting him to limit it. Now we knew this was going to happen. It's like, oh, please, yeah, we'll take your money, but oh, you want us to do what with Bitcoin? Oh yeah, we're going to do that. We can then go up and keep buying more. So let's hear a little bit more about this. El Salvador's Nayib Bukele confirms Bitcoin buying continuation despite the IMF warning. El Salvador's President Bukele insists on continuing Bitcoin purchases despite IMF restrictions, signaling ongoing crypto strategy. Now, as far as I know, Bitcoin is still a legal tender status in El Salvador. Like when they made this deal with the IMF for that $3.4 trillion loan, $2 trillion or billion, not trillion, not be so much, but that $1 billion loan, it was just to not enforce the law on businesses must accept Bitcoin. That was it. So I don't think it changed anything from the legal status of Bitcoin being a legalized digital currency or a legalized currency of the world. So just pointing that out there. But El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele has stated that the country will continue buying Bitcoin despite conditions set by the International Monetary Fund in a recent financial agreement. The IMF had included restrictions on further government Bitcoin purchases as part of a $3.5 billion financing deal. But Bukele made it clear that his administration has no plans to stop accumulating the cryptocurrency. Now, Bukele rejects IMF's Bitcoin restrictions. The IMF agreement with El Salvador includes specific measures to limit government involvement with Bitcoin, including a ban on new acquisitions. However, El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele dismissed these restrictions, posting on social media that Bitcoin purchases would continue. Here is that post, I think he said. Now, this all stops in April, stops in June, this all stops in December. No, it's not stopping, Bukele wrote on X. He also added proof of work is greater than proof of whining, so we're going to keep doing it, suggesting that his government remains committed to its Bitcoin strategy despite external pressure. Now, the IMF's financing deal worth $3.5 billion includes measures aimed at regulating the country's Bitcoin use. One clause states that public sectors is prohibited from voluntarily accumulating a Bitcoin. However, shortly after the IMF published this information, El Salvador announced new Bitcoin purchases, adding 19 Bitcoin over the past week and an additional token the following day. Now, El Salvador continues Bitcoin accumulation. So despite the IMF's conditions, El Salvador has continued to expand its Bitcoin reserves. Data indicates that the government now holds approximately 6,101 Bitcoin, valued at around $530 million at current price. And again, like Larry Fink said, not every millionaire can hold a whole Bitcoin. El Salvador, the country, is holding 6,100. I think China and the US alone right now hold 200,000. MicroStrategy, or otherwise its new company named Strategy, owns like pretty much 500,000 Bitcoin. And then the other people around the world, again, Bitcoin's so fine now, like there's not enough to go around. And when you can't get it, and we're just trying to just grab what little Bitcoin is being mined in the future, that's when we're really going to see Bitcoin's price. It's like people are going to be like, or that's even maybe we're going to be when we see the dollar just gone. It's like, okay, Bitcoin's a new currency, man. But El Salvador has been purchasing one Bitcoin daily since November 2022. The latest acquisition follows multiple previous purchases made in January and February, even after the IMF agreement was finalized. The government action suggests a strong commitment to its Bitcoin strategy, regardless of the external regulation. Now, Michael Saylor, co-founder of MicroStrategy and strong advocate for Bitcoin, also weighed in on the situation, replying that President Nayib Bukele's post, Saylor wrote, Bitcoin adoption is unstoppable, showing his support for El Salvador's ongoing Bitcoin strategy. Now, what was the IMF's new rule on Bitcoin transactions? The IMF's agreement also includes broader regulations related to Bitcoin as part of the deal. The government is required to publish all wallet addresses used for Bitcoin transactions. Additionally, audited financial statements must be released for crypto-related government entities. Now, another key requirement is the liquidation of 5 Bitcoin trust funds by July 2025, which was originally established in support of Bitcoin adoption in El Salvador. Now, the government is also expected to withdraw from the direct involvement in the Chivo wallet system, the country's official payment platform. Wait, they're withdrawing from it? I wonder what they're going to use next then. But yeah, that was the first wallet they had when they initiated. They gave all their citizens like $50 worth of Bitcoin or something like that. But yeah, they must have downloaded the Chivo wallet, but it looks like they're going to withdraw from it. But further amendments to the Bitcoin law are also being introduced. These changes aim to make Bitcoin acceptance voluntary rather than mandatory for businesses. This mark shifts from El Salvador's initial stance when it became the first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. So again, like I said, it's only just to stop the mandatory businesses, and I guess they're also withdrawing from the Chivo wallet, but there's tons of wallets out there. Now, El Salvador's broader tech and economic strategy, while Bitcoin remains a key part of their financial strategy, the country is also expanding its focus on technology and economic development. Bukele recently held discussions with prominent investors, including Ben Horowitz and Mark Andreessen of A16Z regarding artificial intelligence investments. Now, the government is considering tax incentives and regulatory framework to attract tech companies to the country, following U.S. footsteps under President Donald Trump, who are hosting a crypto summit to ease the growth of the crypto sector. Now, consequently, Bukele's administration aims to position El Salvador as a hub for innovation in Latin America while maintaining its Bitcoin strategy. Now, despite the pressure from the IMF, El Salvador's leadership appears determined to continue its Bitcoin acquisitions while also seeking economic growth through new technology investments. So yeah, El Salvador is not stopping. They're going to keep continuing their buying 1 Bitcoin a day as they've been doing. And again, Bitcoin's going to dry up, guys. It's not over for Bitcoin. Buy the dips, like these articles have basically told you. Like, no one's stopping. It's not dead. It's not going away. So just keep on acquiring it. But that is it. That is all the Bitcoin news I have for you. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's see where we're at with the Fear and Greed Index. People are still fearful. We're at 25. Yeah, because with the weekend, yeah, people were just like, what's going on? What's happening? And then we had a pump, but I'm still surprised that we're at 25. Bitcoin's currently at $90,000. Ethereum's $2,200, XRP is at $2.50, and Solana is $145. So actually, yeah, maybe it is a good time for Solana because Solana could probably re-hit $200. So yeah, so there you go. Hope everyone has a fantastic day. Thank you all for tuning in. Like and subscribe, share this with your friends, hit that notifications button, and I will see you again soon. Peace.